This video is about finding inverse of a quadratic function. For number 2, consider f of x equals negative 2x squared plus 12x minus 10, x less than or equal to 3. A. Find the inverse of f of x. B. State the domain and a range of inverse of f of x. First step, you need to change this standard form into vertex form. Y equals ax minus h squared plus k. Let me use the formula to change standard form into vertex form. We know that a equals negative 2, b equals 12, c equals negative 10. For h equals negative b over 2a. So you get the negative 12 over 2 times negative 2. That equals negative 12 over negative 4 equals 3. For k equals f of h. That equals f of 3. So negative 2 times 3 squared plus 12 times 3 minus 10 equals negative 18 plus 36 minus 10 equals 8. So we can write down the vertex form. A equals negative 2, x minus h minus 3 squared plus k plus 8. Then from this vertex form, we will work out this inverse of f of x. Inverse of f of x, use the escape button to remember. Exchange x, y. Then solve for y. Then you change y into inverse function symbol. First step, switch x, y. You will get the x equals negative 2, y minus 3 squared plus 8. Domain is given here, x less than or equal to 3. Second step, solve for y. Since this is a power equation, keywords is isolation. We need to isolate y minus 3 squared first. Therefore, minus 8 both sides. Then we divide it by negative 2. You will get negative x plus 8 over 2. Remember, the negative number cannot be denominator. So every single term changes sign, get the negative x plus 8 over 2 equals y minus 3 squared. Then we do square root of both sides. Remember, this is a formula. Square root x squared equals absolute value of x. Absolute value of x, you will get two situations. If x greater than or equal to 0, you will get x itself. If x less than 0, you will get opposite of x, that is negative x. We know for domain is x less than or equal to 3, since we switch x, y. Therefore, y less than or equal to 3. Cross the river, change sign, you will get the y minus 3 less than or equal to 0. So we will get absolute value of y minus 3. Here, still square root, negative x plus 8 over 2. Since y minus 3 less than or equal to 0, this is a negative number. We will get its opposite, like this. So we put the negative sign before y minus 3. here still square root negative x plus 8 over 2. Then divided by negative 1, you will get the y minus 3 equals negative sign square root negative x plus 8 over 2. Cross the river, change sign, you will get the y equals negative square root negative x plus 8 over 2 plus 3. Last step, we will change y into inverse function symbol. Inverse of f of x equals negative square root negative x plus 8 over 2 plus 3. You can simplify this. You can get square root negative x plus 8 over square root of 2. So for square root of 2, you will get square root of 2 over 2. Then times the square root negative x plus 8. Square root of 2 times the square root negative x plus 8. It will be square root negative 2x plus 16 over 2. So we can write down negative 1 over 2 square root negative 2x plus 16, then plus 3. For the domain and the range, we can get both from our original function. Domain is given x less than or equal to 3. So how to get the range? We do know the x squared greater than equal to 0. Therefore, x minus 3 squared greater than equal to 0. Then we multiply by negative 2 both sides. Since you multiply by negative number, switch the symbol, you will get the negative 2x minus 3 squared less than or equal to 0. Add 8 both sides. You will get y less than or equal to 8. So we get the range for original function will be y less than or equal to 8. Then for inverse function, we can just switch. Domain will be x less than or equal to 8. Range will be y less than or equal to 3. You can also find the domain and range by working out this square root of function. We do know for square root of x, domain will be radicals greater than or equal to 0. Therefore, for this inverse function, we will set up negative 2x plus 16 greater than or equal to 0. Cross river change sign, negative 2x greater than or equal to negative 16 divided by negative 2x less than or equal to 8. So you get the same answer. For the range, we do know square root of x greater than or equal to 0. So we will set up square root negative 2x plus 16 greater than or equal to 0. Then we multiply by negative 1 over 2 both sides. Remember, switch the symbol, negative 1 over 2 square root negative 2x plus 16 less than or equal to 0. Then you add 3 both sides. You will get y less than or equal to 3. You have 2 ways to figure out domain and range of an inverse function. Compare these 2 methods, choose one that is easier for you.